Do you have those friends or people in your life that just seem to have everything together? And whenever they share something about their amazing life, you can just sit back and be like, that's great for you. You really, really want to mean it so bad when you say, oh, I'm so happy for you, but do you really? Maybe you feel envious, maybe you feel jealous, because why do those things not happen to you? I know I've been there, and I would always compare myself to my friends who did better in sports, who got better grades, who got all the guys, who I thought looked better than me. Today, I've completely stopped comparing myself to my friends, to my family members, to people in my life whatsoever, because at one point I was like, this is not healthy for me. And let me tell you, it's made my life so much easier. It's made my life so much better because it gives me an opportunity to succeed in every single area of my life. I am literally so excited to share these mindset tips with you today. They're gonna change everything for you. Let's just hop straight into it. I think for many people, some of these things might sound like they're too simple to actually work on such a big part of your emotional life. And I think many people won't do them then because they're like, oh, they're too simple to work. It's not gonna work for me. So I'm just here to tell you, keep an open mind. What have you got to lose, right? If it's that simple, why not try it? Okay, so the first thing that changed the whole being happy for others thing for me was gratitude. Instead of focusing on what I was lacking that others had, I was being grateful for what I already had and feeling grateful for it. Not just thinking about it, but actually feeling it. But those feelings, being grateful versus being envious or jealous, are like night and day. Just remember that you can't have those two coexisting in your body at the same time. If you're angry, if you're envious, if you're jealous, you can't feel grateful, but you have the power to choose that. I hear a lot of people saying like, oh, but I don't have anything to be grateful for. It's very hard to find those things for me in my life. Okay, well, it doesn't have to be these big dramatic things. You can be grateful for the simple things. The thing I'm grateful for every single day that's on the very top of my list, without a doubt, is being grateful for life. I know that sounds so over the top and like so dramatic, right? But truly, I'm grateful for breathing. I'm grateful for my legs that carry me. It could be anything. It could be your pets. It could be your mom or dad. It could be your sister, your friends. And then you can go into the nitty-gritty stuff. Your favorite coffee house, your favorite bagel. It could be whatever. Like, I also, this is kind of silly. I always say like, oh, I'm so grateful for my morning coffee. Because truly, I cannot survive without that morning coffee. Anyways. The most important thing is that you actually feel it, so that not just saying it out loud, but finding those things that you're emotionally connected with. Okay, so the next thing on my list is actually, it's something I learned when I was 19, and I don't remember where I heard it, but it really, really stuck with me. 2 words: stop assuming. The things you're envious or jealous about are probably the things you're lacking. So if you see someone on the street and you're thinking, oh, she's too much, or how could he dress like that, or stuff like that, it's a direct reflection of how you view yourself. So when I realized that, I was like, shit. Okay, so every time I think that like, oh, she's too much, it's because I feel too little of myself. They're thriving. They're absolute thriving. And here I am just thinking that little of them. Why? Because I'm thinking too little of myself. At 19, when I finally understood that, I would correct my thoughts so that every time I would think and assume things about people, I would correct myself and congratulate them in my head. Like, congratulations for being that expressive. Congratulations for have that courage to dress the way you want, or like those small things, because then they would transition into an inspiration for me instead of someone I had to be envious of. And that, I'm not gonna lie, that's a hard transition, and you need to be really consistent in your mind with catching those thoughts, and that can be really difficult. But that has changed my whole well-being. Finally seeing people for the inspiration they are, instead of seeing them as competition or judging them. All those feelings and all those thoughts are coming from a lacking place from yourself. I wanted to give you some kind of tangible tool that you can actually start implementing into your daily routines. So I'm going to give you an affirmation later in this video that you can repeat to yourself daily, and that will shift your energy and your focus to start thinking in a more positive way around other people. The third tip I have for you is that you need to understand that everyone is on different journeys. This means that if you're doing the same as maybe your friend, and your friend is skyrocket succeeding, they're incredible at what they're doing, and you can't follow that, you feel like a failure, maybe that's a sign that that's not what you should do. You are two individuals and you are on different journey. So embrace that, find what you're good at, and then skyrocket succeed with that, because there is something out there for you. When you step out and find your own path, it will also be easier to be happy for others, because now you're succeeding in your own lane and other people around you are succeeding in their lane, but you know that they're on their journey and you have nothing to do with their journey, as well as they don't have anything to do with your journey. Okay, I have the affirmation for you. I usually say them in the mirror to myself. I know that that can be way out of the comfort zone for a lot of people. If you're not used to repeating affirmations to yourself, I would advise you to just close your eyes and just think the affirmation in your head for like maybe 2 to 5 minutes. You can time it on your phone. In the mirror, I like to look myself in the eyes and just repeat the affirmation to myself. I feel like there's a deeper connection with myself when I do that, but you could totally do whatever you feel is best. Okay, so the affirmation goes like this. I am so happy and grateful now that I support the people in my life with all their success and achievements. I am fully aware that I hold the key to my own happiness, and I'm making it a habit to correct my thoughts positively. It is so. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.